People, Deluded, I'm back again. Thank you very much for tuning in each and every time. It's appreciated, and I'm always appreciative of all the support across everything I do. It means a lot. Please make sure you've hit the like button, you've hit the subscription button, your reminders are on, and you store a comment in mind to comment at the end of this. Now, Arteta's had his press conference. He's spoken about Arsene Wenger, and he's spoken about his new contract, or potentially being offered a new contract, better yet. He was asked on, first and foremost, Arsene Wenger saying Ozil should be involved more. He said, I think you have to try and find a way to feed every player with their own qualities, and this is our job. And obviously our responsibility with all players we have to manage. He was then asked on his reaction to Wenger saying he'd like to come back and cheer on the team, which when fans are allowed back in. He said, I would like to see him back around us. He was a massive figure for me, and he's someone that I can still learn a lot of things from, and I would like to have him closer to us. Obviously, the actual environment doesn't allow us to do it, but I think he's a figure that has to be very present in what we do at the football club, because he is, in my opinion, the one who had the vision and helped this club evolve to what it is today. And he's 100% right. I do think on one hand you would need some, it depends on the role, but you would like someone like Arsene Wenger in a position of some sorts, whether that's an advisory role. You know, he can advise on something, because let's be honest, he's been more than a footballer at this club. You know, he could probably be someone that could be leaned on. He could also be someone that players could actually speak to away from Arteta. But at the same time, you know, we need to make a divorce from Arsene Wenger. You know, I don't think Arsene Wenger would get involved in Arteta's stuff, and I don't think Arteta believes that. But when you've had the former manager, there's always that. Can he help himself? Also, Arsene Wenger was very weary on himself not creating external positions for former players. So by that same token, would not, as much as I love Arsene Wenger, you lot know me. This is a big reason I do this video. You know, shout out my white granddad. Isn't it a bit hypocritical, you know? Is that something? Could he disrupt it, you know? Who knows? There is plenty of reasons. Either way, I do think there should be some sort of role of Arsene Wenger's. Who knows if he wants to quit his FIFA role? Who knows? But, you know, he's a former player of Arsene Wenger. You know, he's probably taught him a lot. He's not going to say anything bad about Wenger, and he's got no reason to. I would like Wenger to return to the club, but it all depends in what role. I'm not an advocate necessarily for any, not that it could be, but any sporting director and all of them. If there's some ambassador role, some sort of figure where you can chat to people and you're part of the club, why not? Because he reflects every value that Arsenal has been installed, and we are, the expectations that Arsene Wenger ultimately died from in footballing terms is because of how high he raised them. That's a fact, and I'm sure many people, even Wenger's harshest critics, because you know his name can either make people smile like me or people go ape shit. I was trying to find a political way of saying that. All said and done, you know this guy did a lot for our club, really, and he helped it in his own little way to move forward. He was also asked on a new contract. Now, I'm actually not sure of the length of his deal, people. I don't know when he signed, how long he signed that deal for. But he was asked on whether he got a better contract when he became manager rather than head coach. He said, no, it's the way we are moving our structure right now, because we believed it was going to be more efficient. We made a lot of changes, and we are still adapting things. Still adapting. Things will evolve in the future even more regarding the needs that we have, but we have a very clear idea of how we wanted to run the club and the right people that we need in every department to try to achieve what we are trying to do. We believe that it was the right structure for us to work and move forward. He was further asked on if there's any plans for him to sign a contract extension. He said, I don't know. We just finished the transfer window at the moment, but I can say that I'm really happy at the club and that I feel valued. I feel respected and very supported at the moment. My concerns are with all the work we have to do here, with the improvement we need around the team and trying to sustain the level of performances and get better. That's cool. If you feel you're being supported, I don't, but if he feels, I don't, Arteta, I think you need to be supported a lot more. But if you feel the level of support off the field and people around you are allowing you to focus on your job and do it to the best of your ability, then fair play. And in a healthy way, I have to hold that against you. You know, I've got the most sympathy for Arteta, but he's previously said he's happy with the transfer business, whether I believe it or not. Whether I believe he believes that or not, he said he's happy with the transfer business. He feels he's supported. I don't think we've done enough in the market. I'm happy, but I don't think we've done enough, and I don't think you've been supported based on the chat we've seen for months. But if he's saying that, political or not, then ultimately that's an L he has to hold if it goes a different way. Because I always mention the lack of shots. You know, if you look at, for all Arsenal's problems, if you look at our attacking options, I'm not saying we're the best in the league, but should we be among the side that is shooting the least in the league? We shouldn't, people, surely. So that's on the players, but that's also something I've got to look at Arteta's coaching. What are you not doing to provoke confidence or provoke your players to shoot? And for the record, once again, I believe wholeheartedly in Arteta. It's just, I have to say that. He was then asked on whether he'd like to sign a new contract. And before I carry on, like I said, if he feels he's being supported where he just needs to focus on field, then my excuse of, he needs better players, he needs better tools, that it goes out the window. Clearly he still does, but you get the point. He was then asked on whether he'd want a new contract. He said, yes, but I have to earn that. Love that sentence, because he knows he needs to get top 4 or show some sustained improvement or show something that shows that we might miss out on top 4, but there's light at the end of the tunnel. We're winning against top 6. We're keeping more clean sheets. We're actually shooting now, you know. We're better in big games. You show improvements among this and make a little cocktail. It's a cocktail of positivity. And if we fall short of the top 4, questions need to be asked, but it all depends on the manner of not getting top 4. If we don't get top 4 because we were poor like last season, then, you know, Arteta's got to hold the L. If we just miss out and some of the same problems rear its head, we can say, all right, cool, Arteta's shown us he can take us somewhere, but now he needs to be really supported for the 2021-22 season. It would be at that point. So I love that sentence. He then said, now in football you have to earn it every week and things change really quickly. So we have to be on our toes. Obviously, it's my responsibility to plan medium and long term as well, but that's with or without me. At the end, the time that I'm going to be at this football club will be related to how much I can move the club forward, improve the team and be successful on the pitch and get the values and visions that I want to implement into this team as well off the field. And that's true, you know. Arsenal will only be as good as, he'll ultimately live or die by how good he progresses this team, how much he's able to stamp his authority on the team and make his mark. So we'll have to see, man. But in relation to Arsene Wenger and potential new contract, that's all I have to say. So I'm going to get out of here, man. I've actually finished on the perfect time because my battery needs to charge, people. So like I said at the start, first and foremost, please make sure you're all well and safe and remain well and safe. Hopefully I can extend that to your family as well, family members. Please make sure you hit the like button. Don't get away without this subscribing. And I'd love to hear your thoughts if you've got any, so don't feel any sort of way about commenting. On that note though, God bless. DG, I'm out.